So I was doing some light Saturday shopping, just getting a couple of things from the mall, and I had to stop at one of my favorite little food court spots. If you've never had this, I suggest you try it if you like food court stuff because it's the best food court stuff that I've been to a lot of food courts as a 90s kid, mall rat days, you name it. This for me is like elite level stuff. So let me show you what I got. This is from a place called Ruby Thai Kitchen. It's in the Garden State Plaza in the food court, duh. But let me just show you. All right, so this is one plate. This costs you $15. And I got on this one string beans. There's pad thai underneath the string beans that you can't see. And then I got some mango chicken, which is like S tier type of chicken. And then this over here is like their grilled or bourbon chicken. Man, they really kind of pile on the food even more than they used to. Rarely when you go to these places like this, they don't put all this pile of stuff. But this time you could see just how ridiculous that this is. And on this side, I wanted to get 2 plates. This one isn't even mine, but I'm finna eat some because I don't care. I paid for it. So let me show you what, well, they got, but I'm eating a little bit of it. It's cool. They cool with it. They don't care. Trust me. I'm being real. I hope. So this, I got some chicken and broccoli. I got some fried rice. And then this is orange chicken that is not orange. It's actually red. And I'm realizing that right now. That is not color correction here. That's actually red. But this is really good. And then on the way home, I stopped home from Walgreens and I found this. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw this story. YouTube is going to see it first. Red Velvet Reese's. I'm a Reese's person through and through. And then I stopped to get some, some drinks. I wanted a Sprite, but I picked up a cherry Coke Zero. But you guys already know what it is. You know the vibes, man. Drop a thumbs up. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for allowing me to be big on the screen with y'all for so long. Anyway, let's try this one first. This is the mango chicken. This is like better than any mango chicken I've had from any takeout place around here. Here, get in here. Look at that. I don't know how they make theirs so much better. It's really sweet. Like, really sweet. But it's always crispy. I took this home in my little to-go bag. You got it? Yeah, you got it. Right here. And it's still crispy. My goodness, that's good. Super sweet. Really, really sticky. I could have just gotten a whole plate of that and been good. So what I like to do with this super sweet is just a little bit of sriracha. A little bit. Just to give it like that sweet and spicy. And it's like S tier. Here we go. One more time. Right in your face. Done. Done. Green beans for the health. These are like garlicky green beans. They're really garlicky. They do what they're supposed to do. They do what they're supposed to do. This will do you right. I'm telling you. Pad Thai. Vegetable Pad Thai. It's decent. I'm really here for the mango chicken. But when you have it together, that's when you really get it going. And then they call this grilled chicken. It tastes like the bourbon chicken, but with a light version because there's no extra sauce on it. But this right here, $15 for all this food. And it is. That mango chicken is unbelievably good. One of my favorite drinks of all time, other than Coke Zero, is Sprite. Always do zero sugar. Oh, that's a crisp Sprite. That's a crisp Sprite. Okay. Okay, plate number 2 real quick. Let's get the orange chicken. That's red. I feel like they're lying to me. That's not orange chicken. Hold on. I wouldn't have picked this. This isn't my pick. I'm being honest with y'all. This is not my food. They're just going to have to deal with the fact that I ate some. Couldn't be me. Wouldn't pick that. Get the mango chicken. Let's do the chicken and broccoli. Big ass floret. Broccoli here. That's pretty decent. It's one of those buffet style, like Panda Express type of things. The broccoli is really soft because it's probably been sitting in there for a while, but I kind of like that. I'm not mad at that. And then let's go in for some of this fried rice. Decent. That's decent fried rice. It's actually fried. I wish there were like some sprouts or something in there. This is not a plate I would pick. This is the plate I would pick. So, they won't mind a little pad thai in their food. They'll be all right. This is the one. When I tell you that this chicken will knock whatever type of shoes or socks, whatever you got on, off. It will. This might have to get all eaten today. I'm pretty sure most malls do this. It's the same idea. They go through, you know, they over there with the little toothpicks, with the samples. That's the first time I ever tried this. It was years ago. Lady gave me a toothpick with a mango chicken. I said, oh, wait. All right, let me get this. And that's what it came down to. A meal like this used to cost, in the 90s, like $6. This is $15. Crazy work, but it's the world we live in. And now I'm saying 15 is a great deal. But I'm sure you guys are familiar with Sarku, Japan. One of the most popular, like, mall food court things. I'm so old that I physically remember Sarku, Japan first going to our mall and costing $3.99 for the entire teriyaki plate. That was this size. It cost $3.99. And this was as a kid, so like late 90s. I remember that. I was in elementary school. I remember that. We used to take the bus. 7:58 for my Jersey people. To the mall. And this is going to be that boomer speech that y'all going to hear, but y'all need to hear this. In the summertime, on certain days, my parents would give me like $5 to get lunch. You know? That was more than enough back then. And I think this is when I started becoming a person who managed money well. And then I couldn't, and now I do, again. Long story short. What I would do was, on Monday, I wouldn't eat. So, I'd get the $5 and make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Then on Tuesday, I would take the $10 and go to the mall. At the mall, it was $1, well, $2 round trip. It was $1 to get there and $1 to get back. So I had $8. I would get chicken teriyaki for $4 and change. And then with the rest of it, whatever I felt like. So, you know, a Cinnabon or a Wetzel pretzel. You get the idea. Maybe some ice cream one day. All for $10. Well, crazy how stuff changes, right? That's my boomer speech. Back in my day, it cost $10. And you could eat and have food left over. And full meals. They were bigger. You know, when you're young, you make fun of older people, and then you get older and you say and do the same stuff. Because there definitely is a back in my day. And we were different back then. We were tougher. All that stuff, man. It's true. It's all true. You got the new Reese's. Well, they're not that new. Doesn't matter. The Reese's Red Velvet. My first time trying this. I've yet to find a Reese's that I didn't like. At least like. I've heard mixed reviews about this, but let's try it out. First thing you notice right off the bat, it is actually red on the top. So they got that part with a chocolate booty. Like a chocolate booty. W. All right, let's try it out. I'm not loving it. Like, they needed to do more with the red velvet to make it pop through the flavor of the Reese's. It's very faint. I would just like more of it. because when I think of red velvet, it's a very strong flavor, and I'm not getting like that cream cheese type of element. I know there's going to be people in the comment section that think they're smarter than everybody else that says red velvet and chocolate are the same thing. So for all those people on today's episode of Argue with Somebody Else, I'm going to put right here on the screen that red velvet and chocolate are distinctly not the same. In 2025, they have this thing on Google, which is like AI. It gives you the answer. You just have to just type it in and it pops up. There's no excuse to keep making misinformed or uninformed decisions. That's my TED Talk for today. As far as these go, the red velvet flavor is not strong enough. I just taste peanut butter and chocolate with an ever so slight hint. I would like the red velvet turned up so it's at least equal. And that's my biggest problem with these. You see this cake right here? It don't taste like this cake. For me, a little bit of a letdown. Does that mean that this is trash? No, it just means that I am disappointed by it. And I still give it a 7 out of 10 because I still like it. When I heard red velvet, I got super excited. And this is just like, for it to just be okay or good is not good enough for a brand that Reese's. I rarely rate anything lower than a 9. So for me to give it a 7 is telling you something. I'm still finna eat both of these though. Don't get it twisted. This food is so dangerous. Not gonna much lie to you. It's so dangerous. And finally, I leave you with some general thoughts that went through my head when I was in the food court today, considering, again, I used to eat there back in the 90s and it's been a long time now. We have a very weird stigma in this country where people are either ashamed or afraid to get old. And I think people need to look at it from a different perspective. And sometimes it's good to hear another person's perspective, man. Getting old is a privilege. And just remember that. If you're not getting older, it means that you're not with us anymore. And as much as people, guilty, myself, that I can't stand the fact that my joints hurt from time to time, and things creak that don't necessarily, I make the old guy sound sometimes when I get in and out of my car. If you don't know what the old guy sound is, you reach a certain age as a male that you'll begin grunting when you thaw out, either getting out of bed or out of your car. So when you get up, you make that sound, and it's just like a thing because it hurts, okay? But in all seriousness, getting old is definitely a privilege. And one of, if you guys know Sam, if you watch all those channels, we have a childhood friend that's no longer with us. That was like a close friend. And we used to go to the food court all the time. And today I was at the food court reminiscing because I was like, man, it looks so different now. Because the same mall from back then. And Sarku, Japan's not there anymore. That's where we used to go all the time. And I'm looking at what is now, I think it's called like something kitchen or something. It doesn't matter. Anyway, long story short, I was like, man, bro would have loved to have the food court stuff right now, but he don't get to get old with us, and it sucks. Like, that's not even a joke. There's no joke. There's no punchline to that. That's dead serious, you know, and as we start to be like, man, you know, we're getting old and some of my friends are married and a lot of my friends have kids and all this other stuff. It's kind of surreal and cool to see us all like so grown now with responsibilities and stuff. And it just, it does, I wish that I got to know what he looks like as an old man or older. You know what I'm saying? So as much as people like to joke about getting old or, you know, losing your hair or anything that comes along with age turning gray, there's a lot of people out there that didn't even get a chance to do that. And I think we need to have that perspective sometimes. So I don't want to end this on a somber note, but I make jokes about being old all the time. When I say old, I'm saying relative. You know, age is relative to, if you're a person who is a teenager, you call me Unc and you probably think I'm old. And there's people who are in their late 30s, 40s, 50s who will tell me that I'm a baby. It don't matter. So just remember that. And don't ever forget to stop and enjoy things every once in a while, which I'm guilty of as well. But I told myself that I was going to begin to do this. This is in a video. I said it on camera. I'm going to begin to try to enjoy myself a little bit more, you know, and be a little more social. Allow myself to buy some stuff that I like. Nothing too crazy, but You work hard as long as you're doing it like responsibly, knowing what you're buying and not just buying things off the cuff. And enjoying those kinds of things. So I feel I'm getting better at it. And just remember to enjoy it, because nothing is guaranteed. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. So I just wanted to say that, man. I love all y'all. I appreciate you. But we'll be back tomorrow. More content, man, and hand signs. They made it to YouTube.